So are you confused by all the devices out there, all the tools, and you're not sure what to do at home for your skin? I'm 50, I'm a medical esthetician. I've owned a med spa over 20 years, and my passion is really helping women to age with confidence. Hey, I'm Jen. Welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to talk about different tools and devices that I use regularly and how I use them, how I stack them, and how you can use them at home if you have similar devices, or if you're contemplating getting something, then you'll know better if it will be good for you and how to use it. So I always tell my clients that the tools that you use, you have to be consistent. So if you're going to buy something and not use it, then just don't buy it. And that's the thing. A lot of my clients will, be out shopping and they're in the spur of the moment, will buy something and then it just sits in their drawer. So obviously it's not going to work if you don't use it. So the number one tip I would give you is, make sure that you can use it, that it's easy, that you can easily build it into your regimens, and that you kind of keep it visible, because if it's hidden in a drawer, the chance of you using it, it's like very unlikely. So either if you want to have it in a drawer because you don't want it like out on the counter, then have it in a drawer that you open all the time. I kind of have like a little stand under my countertop in the bathroom where I kind of have all my devices. So it kind of reminds me that I need to do something. So I'm going to talk about the top 10 things that I use regularly. So like I said, I'm over 50. So I do find as I get older, it's harder to make the time. So I need these things to be really fast and easy to use and not complicated as far as like taking time to set it up and plug it in and all of this. I don't have time for that. I have 3 kids and I have 3 different businesses. So super fast. So if that's what you're looking for, then this is for you. These are in no particular order. So let's go over them. Number 1 would be some type of at-home microcurrent device. So what I suggest, and I sell these, but you can get them obviously, anywhere, like the new face ones. So I definitely suggest 2 if you can afford to get 2 of something, because the chance of you doing it is more likely. So compliance for my clients is way higher because I sell 2 of the devices. So why it's so much better is if you only have 1 device, the chance of you having to do one side of your face, then the other side of your face, then this side of your neck, and then this side of your neck. Like, I don't know. Most people don't do that because we just don't have the time. So having 2 devices enables you to do everything at the same time, and you get done so much faster. And then I use them, on my arms, my belly, and my knees as well. So when I do like my knees and my stomach, then I can do, obviously like 2 at the same time. And then when you do your legs, you could do 2 at the same time. Arms, obviously, it's a little harder. I do 1 and 1. But microcurrent. So microcurrent is really good because it's a low-level electrical current that helps stimulate the muscles of the face. Also helps penetrate in the products that you're using. And you always want to use like a water-based product. You can technically even use water, but I like to use like different essences that have, hydrating and plumping properties in them. So all different. I rotate them. I don't have like one particular one that I use. I sell a bunch and I'm always trying different ones. But the key is to keep the face wet as you're doing it. So as it's drying up, continue to wet the area that you're treating. Okay, so my number 2 thing that I use all the time, again, these are in no particular order, be a device like this. I have the Sculpt that they actually sent me to try, but prior to that, I was contemplating selling these in my spa. So I was trying different ones. So again, I like to have 2 devices. So Sculpt only sent me 1. So I was using kind of one of mine and one of theirs. And honestly, they're very comparable. I actually sometimes like mine better because as you can see, when you touch mine, it just starts working. And then this one, you have to click it on. I like to use these around my eyes. These are multimodal, so which is great because I like things that do multiple things. This has the red light in it. It has a vibration, it has a warmth, and it has galvanic. So again, having 2 is ideal. So I think around Black Friday, they were doing like buy 1, get 1 free. So that would be an ideal time to buy something like this. So again, your compliance is way higher, but I like to use these like around the eye, on my lid, just everywhere, on my neck. Again, 2 is so much easier than just having 1. Like, I don't know if I would use these things if I had just 1 because I don't have that kind of time. With these, again, you would also want to use a water binding type of product, so a water-based product. Sculpt sent me theirs, which is nice. Again, if it has like, peptides in it, hyaluronic acid, matrixyl, different types of peptides is what you would want for like an anti-aging type of regimen, but really important that it's water-based because otherwise the currents aren't going to penetrate into your skin, which is not good because you want it to really penetrate in. Okay, so speaking of red light and light devices, I have a mask and I was trying this one out to see if I wanted to sell it in my spa, but it's typical different colors. It has the neck and chest component I really think is worth having. So having the neck and then the chest as well. But the issue is with the mask, it's a little bit time consuming for me to have to put it on. And I have 3 kids and my youngest is 5. So whenever I'm wearing this at night, he always wants to play with it and hit the buttons and wear it himself. So it's kind of an issue. So it's really hard for me to use that as regularly as I would like to use it. But there's so much data on it. I've been using red light for a long time. In the beginning, people were like, it doesn't really work. A lot of studies that say it does. So I think it's worth having. But the one caveat I do have is that if you're prone to pigmentation or you have melasma, then these ones that lay on your face are not ideal because they usually create some kind of heat or warmth. And you want to avoid heat and warmth when you're prone to pigmentation and melasma specifically. And as I get older, I'm getting more and more pigmentation. So that's another reason I don't gravitate towards the mask because I just don't want to worsen my pigmentation. There are some masks, Dr. Rajani that I follow. He has one that he says you can turn off infrared, which causes a little bit of the heat. But again, even just having it on your face, you'll feel some warmth. So I was just sent, and I have had these in my med spa, but I have 2 different devices, a Korean hydrofacial, and it has like a high up LED that I just bring down over their face to a level that, depending on the client. And then I have had these dome ones that you put over you as well. So my younger clients said apparently these are becoming popular in TikTok. But so these are good, especially if you're prone to melasma and hyperpigmentation. It's further away from your face, so you're not going to have that warm problem as much. Red light therapy, and you can change the color of light. So if I'm breaking out, I'll do more blue. If I'm red from a treatment, then I'll do more of the green. Can change the color of the bulbs when you need to. So definitely, if it's something that you think you're going to use, then I would invest in it. A lot of my clients have them and they don't use them because it is a little bit of a pain to get it out, to plug it in, to put it on, to wear it. So the next few devices would go under, I guess, like exfoliation. So I'm not a big fan of using scrubs on my face at all. It just causes too much damage over time. So the ideal way, if you really like to scrub, and there's one scrub that I really do like from Image Skincare, the Ageless scrub. I really, really like that. It's a combination of acids. So what I would do with that is just put it on and let the acids do the exfoliating, like let them do their thing, but not use the manual part of this scrub. So I just put it on, let the acids kind of sink in, exfoliate my skin, and then rinse it off gently with like a washcloth to combat other ways to exfoliate. So in my facials, I'll do ultrasonic exfoliation, and you can buy them, these little devices. So you would always have to use this on really, really wet skin or over some type of cleanser to really clean out the pores. So these you can use on different settings. So to cleanse your face or to penetrate in products, which I rarely ever do because I have other things for that. The thing I use it for the most is for helping for my pores. So I don't get a lot of blackheads necessarily, but my pores will enlarge over time as they build up with oil, but luckily I don't really get blackheads. When I see my pores starting to enlarge a little bit, I will use this. So probably like every 2 weeks, cleanse my skin. I'll link below like a little description. I think I did it on Instagram. And you would use it to really like clean out your pores. Now I like to use it this way with the blade side up when I'm going into my pores. You'll see some videos where they do it blade side down. So it's really a preference, but I kind of like the blade side up. So see how you like it better. But then you can also use it, once you clean your face and it's clean and you clean out your pores, you can use it for penetrating in products. So then you would use this side of the device. So put on whatever product you want to penetrate, again, like a water-based kind of product, a gel, and then you can go over your skin and penetrate it in. But I think it's just awkward. And there's so many other things nowadays that you can use for product penetration than this. So even like this will penetrate in your products way better. And it has, the 4 modalities in one. So I feel like this is better than this. But if this is all you have, honestly, your hands and massage will penetrate in products just as well. And I think it's easier to use your hands than like this in different areas of your face. It's not super. Then, of course, probably one of my favorites that I do weekly is dermaplaning, especially as you get older and you seem to get hairier after menopause. So always cleaning. It just helps get the peach fuzz off. It doesn't make your hair come back any more coarse or weird, and makes your makeup lay on better. It's a really, really great thing to have and a popular service that I offer. In my facials, I use the more medical one. It's a little bit sharper and it gives a deeper exfoliation and gets more of the hair off. So also, speaking of hair, this finishing touch is really, really important for like all women to have, because as you get older, we start growing more hair in different places, especially like around the nose nostril area. Really be aware of that and be on top of it, because it's not super cute. So you would want to, get into your nostril to make sure you're getting those like long hairs popping out. I'll do it for my facial clients when they come in to make sure that it's like all taken care of. But if you don't have someone that can do that for you, just something to really, really be aware of. Also, I had a mini facelift. So I now get hair, if you saw my videos, in my ear, because the peach fuzz that I have here in my face, when they pull your face back, you now get hairy ears. So I use it for in here, which men will use these, hopefully, if they're on top of it, to get the hair out of their ears. So if you get a facelift and you have that problem, then use it for that as well. Let's talk about massage. So I've gotten more and more into massaging my face at home in the past year or so, gua sha specifically. So I've been doing like a lot, experimenting with all different facial oils and doing gua sha. If you want to know specifically like what I do, because I'm over 50 and a lot of these people that are doing gua sha are like 20 and 30 years old, then let me know and I could do a video on that as well. But really amazing. It's just nice self-care. It feels good, but it really has helped in a lot. I get more swelling down here since I've had facelift. So it helps to drain that. It helps. I do get I've been getting more colds this winter. So it helps to just depuff my face. And I like the increase in the blood flow. So it gives me like a nice glow as well. So I'll sometimes do it in the morning and at night as well. And I started to recently do my body. So I've been experimenting with doing, what's it called? Menopause brain. I've been experimenting with doing castor oil. I've like toyed with it in the past and never saw great results. Honestly, I did it on my eyelashes and my eyebrows, and I swear I feel like it made them fall out. But there's so many people online just swearing like it snatches their stomach and like helps with so many things. So I was like, let me just revisit this situation. And I haven't really been using the castor oil to do gua sha, but have been liking castor oil on my stomach. But I recently give you different wraps. I tried on my neck last night with a brand new castor oil, and I completely like am broken out. So if I use too much and like I sweated because I'm, having hot flashes or I'm having some kind of reaction, like anywhere that oil touched me, I have a rash or breakout. I'm not really sure. I have to keep an eye on it. That's annoying, but it did not happen on my stomach. But I use this Fascia, the ceramic one, on my body. So I like the ridges to really get into like cellulite area as well. So I'll use this one on my body, and you can use it in the shower, but you have to be careful because it's ceramic. But I really like to do this on my body and on my stomach and my legs. So if you want to see that, also let me know. And then mostly I've been using this one. I'm experimenting and getting some other ones to try and see about selling, made of different materials and different shapes. But right now for home, I'm liking this one the best, the heart-shaped one, because it fits my face and my neck the best. So again, I think it will vary based on your face shape. This one seems to be the best for lifting like the jowl area, for smoothing out under the eyes, for helping to slim the nose, for lifting the brow, and to deal with tension behind the neck. So I'm a big fan of this, and I'll continue to do it. So again, I've been doing it like a little bit in the morning and most nights as well. All right, so the next two things I've been doing pretty religiously for over 12 years now. I first learned about this type of service. It was from a company called Environ back years ago. They came and taught me about Dermarolling, and I just fell in love with the concept. I love the science of it. So I really have been selling Dermarollers, gosh, for 12, 15 years now. And I'm loving that they're coming back in and some of these other devices are going out. But the science of Dermarolling has always made sense to me, and I love the science of things. I have a medical director. I've worked in clinical trial work. Like I just love the science of skincare and learning about how products work on the skin and how your skin actually heals and rebuilds itself. So when I learned about Dermarolling, I'm like, this just makes total sense to me. Dermarolling, obviously, I'm sure all of you have seen rollers like this. Every Sunday, I will do my whole face, neck, chest, arms, and belly, and my knees. And it's just super fast. So the problem with the roller is you need ideally different size needles for different areas of the face and the body. So the body is like, obviously the skin is a lot thicker, it's more resilient. So you can use a longer needle, like a 0.2 millimeters to 0.3 millimeters. So that's my ideal preference for the body. And then for the face, it really, really varies. Like I'll only do like a 0.25 around the eyes. Always, always do your eyebrows. So important. I think that's why even like having to have the mini facelift, I did not need to do anything with my eyelids because I religiously have rolled my eyelids now for years. So they make kits where you can get different sizes. So the needles are different lengths depending on like where you're going to use it. So like around the eyes, the neck tends to be more sensitive as well. The chest is pretty sensitive, but this area of the face here can handle a lot. So even to like 1 millimeter to 1.5, if you have specific acne scars that you want to address, you would kind of stretch the skin where the acne scar is to really get in there. But it's harder with a roller, it's easier with a stamper. My other thing that I like aside from the roller is the stamper. And I like the stamper because it takes a little bit longer, but you can be more precise with it because it goes from like 0 all the way to 3 millimeters, if you can see. So that's like the highest at 3 millimeters. So I'll do that on my belly, my arms, my knees, and then I'll dial it down depending on the area of my face to like 0.25, so you can barely see it. And then around 1.5 to 1 on my face. So this is going to hurt more than the roller. This has less needles. So it's like, think about the less needles on your device, the more it's going to hurt. So if you think about if you see them like lay on a bed of nails, if there's like millions of nails, it's not going to hurt as much if you lay down on like 10 nails. Okay, so think about that when you're buying your devices. The less amount of needles, the more it's going to really hurt the skin and just penetrate totally differently. Now, you don't need to have specific products after you do this. You can have products, and because the products will penetrate in after you do your rolling or your stamping, but it's not necessary because it's really the act of damaging the skin that's creating the new collagen that's most important. So I wouldn't like get hung up on the products that you use after. There's so many options that you can choose from, and I'll just rotate them. I found this at Five Below when I was with my daughter, and I was like so intrigued because it said 0.5 millimeter needles, and then you could use it on the body. And I was like, well, this would be like interesting if it worked and was fast. So this was like the box it came in, and then they were showing like how you can use this on the body. But I would say if you saw this and you're not experienced, and the needles you can tell are kind of crappy quality, so you get nervous that they could fall out. When you roll with something like this, it's like easy to change direction. You see, like that. But with this, you literally cannot change direction as easily. Like it feels like you're kind of ripping the skin. So you can tell it's like really cheap. I mean, I wasn't expecting anything major, but I was curious because nowadays, honestly, you never know. From when I started 25 years ago, the products at the drugstore were crap. And now there's such amazing products at the drugstore, at every store that you find, that you just never know when someone's going to come up with like a really, really innovative, cheap product, but this is not it. So if you see this, I would run away from it and not get it. The concept is good, but the quality is crap. Those are my top 10 things that I do at home. There's one thing that I wish I would do more, and I think because it's not convenient, I don't do it more, which is cold roll. I'm more aware of it if I have a lot of breakouts because I am aware of my breakouts, and then I pass this in the kitchen and I just like quickly will roll my breakouts. But I would really love to get into this more. It's just not convenient, and I don't think of it in the morning when I'm like running around getting the kids ready. But I do like the concept of cold rolling your face in the morning. So this is one thing that I wish I want to try and incorporate more into my regimen, especially as I'm getting more colds this winter. Like I really feel like it could help like depuff my face. Now, if you have these tools and you are curious about how to stack them so you can start getting better results, I'll give you some ideas about that now. So if I was going to pick like 3 things that you would layer at home, some type of exfoliation, so dermaplaning or the ultrasonic exfoliation, and then I would do micro needling, and then I would probably take like a hyaluronic peptide serum and do some type of firming modality. I would not do microneedling and then gua sha, because gua sha you have to use an oil, and I really wouldn't want you to put an oil on a skin that you just microneedled. So some of the studies are showing that you can do red light therapy, like the mask or the dome, before you do microneedling, which is interesting. I kind of like that because sometimes when you microneedle the skin and you then heal it with light, you don't want to do that. So I've gone back and forth in my treatments when I do microneedling. Sometimes I'll use a light and sometimes I won't, because the studies go both ways and I want to make sure I have all my bases covered. So the concept of like the light healing your face is what you want. But when you microneedle your face, you really want the injury to heal over time to stimulate the collagen, right? So that's why maybe if you wanted to do the red light therapy before you microneedle at home, that could be a good combo. So microneedling, do not combine with gua sha. If you were going to do gua sha, you could then, if you wanted to combine some things, you could do your dermaplaning or your ultrasonic exfoliation and then do microcurrent with a water-based product. And then you could go into gua sha with your oil. So that would be a really nice hydrating treatment because you're hydrating the skin, plumping it up with the microcurrent and with your water-based products. And then you're going in and really like massaging, stimulating circulation, enhancing product penetration of the products that you use. So any type of massage, even if you don't have a gua sha, like you can use your hands and massage in products, and the warmth of your hands and just the actual massage will penetrate in products as well. So you don't even need any tools. But now you can get these like so inexpensively. Like Five Below has all different ones. We had a stone one at Five Below that I really, really like a yin and a yang. So I keep them in the freezer cold. Stainless steel ones are really good to chill them and then use them cold as well. You can warm them up, warm some of them up in the microwave and do warm massage with them as well. But again, that takes more time and I don't know, I don't have that kind of time. These are ways that you can stack them. The other thing that you could do is microneedle or stamp and use your hydrating serum if you wanted, and then you could do cold rolling to calm down the skin if you felt like it was irritated, or if there's areas like you never want to roll or microneedle over acne or active acne or any type of irritation on the skin. So you could always spot treat and one area of the face and then cold roll, the acne, that could be something as well. Make sure you keep these tools visible so that you are more apt to use them, and create a schedule. So since mine are out, I usually try and always microneedle on Sundays. So I know like that's my go-to. I'm always microneedling. I'm always stimulating collagen once a week to collagen bank. So that's really important to me. Then I'm doing the gua sha, the massage, some type of massage, either with these devices or a microcurrent or a gua sha tool pretty much daily now, because I'm just doing a few minutes a day. I think it really adds up as opposed to doing like once every few weeks for 20 minutes. I'd rather do a few minutes a day, have the constant stimulation to my skin, than do like a once a month treatment. And down below, what is your favorite tool? Aside from beauty tips, I also do a lot of fitness and nutrition tips. So I have some freebies linked below that can help you firm up your body, firm up your skin if you're a woman over 40 or 50 like me. So I hope you enjoyed this. Take a look at this video. I think you will like it, and I'll see you in the next one.